Welcome back to the Banganator podcast, brought to you by your host, Esley Banga. We kicking off season 3, episode 1. We talking about the Cowboys preseason. We recapping their preseason and talking week 1 predictions. Cowboys versus Browns. It's gonna be fun. Hey, with me I got one of my friends, Cam. Cam, how you doing, bro?
What's up, man? I'm doing good. It's a pleasure to be here, bro.
Hey, no problem, bro. Hey,
hell yeah.
True. I mean, we met at Twin Peaks. So,
yeah.
I mean, just randomly.
Yeah, it was funny. No, I went to Twin Peaks with a friend, and it was so packed because the fight night.
Yeah.
And then we got shared a table with this guy.
Yeah.
It took off since.
Yeah.
Started talking about sports.
And I think y'all randomly just like pulled up next to us.
Yeah, the server was like, you want to
know
merge?
that Leslie would be there. So
right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty crazy.
Yeah.
Nah, it's a pleasure to be here, bro. I'm glad to be here.
Hey, appreciate it, bro. And glad I can meet a new friend and a fellow Cowboys fan.
So, Cowboy, Longhorn, everything.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. Hook 'em. But speaking of the Cowboys, how'd you become a Cowboys fan? Or before I even ask you that question, what do you do for work? You a barber, right?
Yeah. So I'm a barber. I work at King Jr.'s barbershop. My name is Cut by Cam. If y'all ever need a fade, come see me. Aisley still hasn't came and seen me, but hey, maybe soon I'm gonna get him in.
I don't know if I could cheat on my barber, but
I might. Not on the podcast, but tell me later and I'll get you in there.
Yes, sir.
Nah, but yeah, I'm a barber. Talk sports all day. Get shit for being a Cowboys fan every day.
Man, that's how it be. That's how it be.
You see, a diehard Cowboys fan. So I don't know if you can see it right there. But I've been a Cowboys fan since I was as long as I can remember. Like, I was watching football since I was like 2-3 years old.
Yeah.
And I've always been a Cowboys fan. I had Madden 05, 06, 07, T.O. and Terry Glenn and all them.
Yes, sir.
Man, I don't know. I've always loved like Marion Barber. And it was crazy because back then, like, Cowboys had no motion. Like, we were probably the most mid team. Yeah. Always 8-8.
Yeah.
But I always loved watching the Cowboys play. And, you know. Yeah, I've just been a loyal fan. This is my whole life.
So, I mean, same here. Like, I've been a Cowboys fan since probably like 2006, 2007. Yeah. Like one of the first Cowboys games I remember is when Tony Romo fumbled it against the Seahawks. Yeah, in the playoffs. Man,
we have a bunch of bad memories.
Yeah, I'm saying, bro. And
that one I'll never forget. I was in like 2nd grade. I remember going to school the next day,
bro.
And even then, like being like 6-7 years old, I was hurt. Yeah. And I really didn't even fully understand it. And I was still hurt about it.
Exactly. But like you started like reading off all those names. I was like, damn, I remember that. Like them old names. That's T.O. whenever he came in.
T.O., man.
Patrick Creighton.
Miles
Austin. Damn.
Man.
Yeah, good times. But who's your favorite Dallas Cowboys player of all time?
Of all time? That's a hard question.
Yeah.
I mean, I could go with like Des Bryant. He just had the he just had like the attitude, you know, he always had like that dog in him.
Yeah.
And I mean, there was always there's the catch, which is like that's a bittersweet memory, you know, because it's like I like to think that he caught it, and I mean,
he did. The NFL said he caught it 2 years later
when it didn't matter, right?
Yeah.
But you can call me delusional, but I think if they would have ruled that a catch, we would have won. We would have went to the Super Bowl that year. Yeah. 'Cause I believe we would have played the Seahawks.
Yeah, we would have played the Seahawks.
Because that's when Green Bay went to play the Seahawks, and they muffed the onside kick.
And
they lost.
And we had beaten the Seahawks earlier that season too.
We did, yep.
So
I think we.
But then we would have played the Patriots in the Super Bowl.
Yeah,
I feel like we would have lost to the Patriots. But I mean, who knows?
Was that when they threw the pick at the goal line?
Yeah, that was it. Super Bowl 49.
Marshawn Lynch.
Yeah,
man.
February 2015. But let's get to this Cowboys preseason. Let's talk about Trey Lance real quick. Okay. So, even though he had 662 yards in all 3 preseason games, which was number 1 in preseason.
Oh, was it?
Yeah. Oh. He had 2 pass touchdowns, 2 rushing touchdowns, and then 5 interceptions. And all those 5 interceptions came in the last game
against the Chargers.
Yeah.
Really? So he didn't have any against the Raiders, or
I don't think so. If I'm reading the stats correctly, I don't think so. Yeah. And but that first one against the Rams, he didn't throw we didn't get any touchdowns at all. It was just field
that's
goals.
right, that's
yeah.
right. And we had like what? That one we had about 4 or 5 picks.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
Against Stetson Bennett.
Yeah.
So so that one was hard for me to be mad at just because obviously it's pretty shitty when your defense is getting the ball turnover, and your offense can't perform. But it is, rookies and, backup play. Like it wasn't our real offense, so
true.
It was hard for me to be mad about it. Obviously, like I wanted Trey Lance to perform and show me that he can be a, solid number 2.
Yeah.
I want to give Cooper Rush a shout out because in that first drive, I think he threw a bomb to somebody.
True.
So, he looked good. But Cooper Rush we already know who Cooper Rush is.
Yeah, exactly. He went like I think 4-1 or 5-1
Yeah.
as a starter whenever Dak was out. So
Yep.
yeah, that's why I think it's just crazy because like throughout the preseason we could see him improve on some stuff, but like
Rush or Trey Lance?
Oh my bad, Trey Lance.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we could see him improve on some stuff, like the type of throws that he was making, like some throws that he was making, and then his ability to run.
No, yeah. But so like I'll give him his, like the 5 picks. Maybe he just had a bad game. I don't know what it was, bad decision making because. 5 picks is fine. It's inexcusable.
Yeah,
but at the same time though, like he was making some throws that, like the over the shoulder throw to the back of the end zone.
Exactly.
Like, that's tough.
Yeah.
And then what's his name? 13 Flournoy. I'm not sure what his name
something
is.
like that. Yeah.
But that receiver is tough.
Yeah.
I think overall Trey Lance, he showed me potential. I think he's solid to be number 3. For now, if he gets more PT at some point and he outshines Cooper Rush, that's fine with me.
Yeah.
He's definitely more athletic than Cooper Rush, obviously.
Yeah. But that's the only upside, really.
Yeah, because he was running the ball right nice.
Yeah.
Those read options were looking good. He's pretty fast. He's big, but it's just some of the throws are questionable, and he did look a bit rusty. But
for sure,
I think overall he was like I'll give him like a 6 out of 10. Being nice. I'm forgiving those 5 picks, but
man, I ain't.
Yeah,
man, 5 picks. That is like
crazy.
At least 2 of those interceptions because there's one play where I think it's trips right on the very inside receiver. He's running a drag. If he would have thrown that ball and led the receiver away from the linebacker, it's a catchable ball. Yeah.
Okay.
But instead, that second receiver ran like a curl. It was covered the whole entire way, but he just had tunnel vision and still threw it. Like, bro, what you doing?
Maybe it's just like lack of experience or just being rusty too. I'm not too. That one I didn't see that play actually.
Yeah.
So I can't really say much. All right, so let me ask you this though, since we're talking about QBs, are you thinking that we're gonna try to draft somebody next year?
So that's what I think. Like,
or it depends on how Dak does.
Exactly. So it depends on Dak's deal. So I feel like if they sign Dak, then probably not. But if they don't sign Dak and they let him go to free agency, which would be tough because we love Dak, but I would say like sign you like a draft you a Quinn Ewers from Texas, draft you a Shadur Sanders.
Because
they solid,
man. Like I would love to keep Dak. I love Dak. I'm all for Dak.
Yeah.
My only thing is that he does sometimes look a bit shaky in those big games.
Yeah.
But I know
especially in the playoffs. Yeah.
I know he's a top. You could say he's a top 5 quarterback.
He is, and because last year he finished second in MVP voting, and then he finished second team All Pro. So
he's a great quarterback. It's just sometimes the mental looks like it's a bit shaky, but I'll take Dak over most people's quarterbacks any day.
Exactly. But in the playoffs, that's what separates the great ones from like Patrick Mahomes and the people like that.
No, it's definitely true.
Yeah.
But I would say, man, I wouldn't mind if we did go another direction. I wouldn't mind seeing Shadur as a Cowboy.
Yeah.
Just because he has that behavior, that dog in him.
Yeah.
Like I feel like we haven't really had a quarterback like that.
Yeah. I don't think we had like
but
right.
I don't know. We'll see how that goes. I don't want to get too much into that.
Yeah. I really like the depth that we got at defense. You mentioned some of them picks that we had. So we got a lot of picks, and it obviously it's against rookies and second teams and third teams, but like still though, like they was making plays, they were showing out, and at least we got, if somebody gets injured, if somebody's not playing well enough on defense, at least we know we got depth.
No, we definitely, and I mean against the Raiders, for a decent part of the game, it was starters for them that were in.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right.
I don't know if Devontae played. Did he?
No.
I think Jacoby Myers was in there though.
I think so.
They had a decent amount of starters in there, so I mean, our young guys performed pretty well against them. So
yeah,
on both sides of the ball.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that was the game where like they started like at 9 p.m.
Yeah,
bro. I stayed way too late at Texas Live because I was over there till like watching that game at 12. Watched the UFC fight.
That was the same night.
Yeah.
I was watching both. I was on my phone and my TV.
Yeah. And then met some of my other friends over there, and then stayed up way too late over there. So that was a crazy night. But DeMarvion overshone too.
I'm glad to have him back.
Same here, bro. Same here. Product of Texas.
Yep.
3 tackles in that first game.
They probably just saw what they needed to see.
And then like not risk further injury.
But I'm glad to have him back. And man, I'm pretty happy with our O-line too.
Same.
Cooper Beebe, Tyler Guyton,
bro.
Those guys are gonna be killers.
Yeah, I didn't, because I wasn't expecting much from them, but when I saw Tyler Guyton holding his own,
man,
and then Cooper Beebe pancaking dudes, like come on, like
those are big guys.
Yeah.
Man, Guyton's a killer, dude. He's huge.
He's gonna have a tough test week 1 though, cause he got to face
Miles Garrett.
Yeah. We gonna get into that though.
I like what I saw from Deuce Vaughn too. I'll say that.
True,
I know no one's gonna agree with me that Deuce Vaughn is the guy, but I would love to see Deuce Vaughn stay a Cowboy. He's just so fast, so shifty, and he's behind Cooper Beebe, who he had at K-State. So.
All right, getting into Cowboys regular season. So, what do you think the Cowboys record will be this regular season?
I think we have a tough schedule this year, but I think we'll go. I'll say 11-6, but I think a lot of these wins could be 50. Like I said,
because there will be like 1 or 2 games that we should win and we lose. Just like the Cardinals last year.
That's the thing. And like even with the Giants, I mean, I don't see any way the Giants beat us.
Yeah.
But you never know if Malik Neighbors comes out. Singletary somehow has some resurgence. You can never count them out, but I want to say there's no reason to lose to the Giants. The Commanders, though, they might show us something different with Jaden Daniels.
Yeah, I agree. And then the Eagles, I feel like we're going to probably split. Yeah.
I think that's always a 1-1.
Yeah, it usually is. Yeah. So, I mean, I pretty much agree with you. Like, it's either going to be 10-7 or 11-6.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but it's like at 10-7, will that be good enough to get you into the playoffs? That's the thing.
Yeah. This year, the NFC stepped up big time.
For real. Because you still got the 49ers.
Yeah.
The Lions, they on the come up.
Yep.
The Caleb Williams and the Bears, they're probably gonna sneak into the playoffs. They might.
So that's what I want to say is that I feel like the NFC East and West has kind of been running the NFC.
Yeah.
But now you got the North that they got all 4 teams that you got the Bears.
Three teams because the Minnesota Vikings.
I think they're out of it just because of the injuries.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think every team in the North is contenders, just minus the Vikings because of the injuries.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean NFC is tough this year. Like I think everyone's a contender besides the Panthers, the Giants, and the Vikings because of those injuries.
Yeah.
Like anyone else can find a way to sneak in.
Yeah, I agree.
Falcons, like even the Cardinals could somehow.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I pretty much agree with you. We just added Dalvin Cook. We just signed him literally today, August 28th.
Yeah.
And Deron Bland, he's out 6 to 8 weeks with a foot surgery. So what you think about that, the Dalvin Cook signing? That adds to our already kind of weird running back room.
Yeah, it's a weird. It's funny, like all the memes and stuff. They're making jokes about we would have killed shit in like. If it would have been 2018, 2020.
Yeah.
It is like we do have these guys like outside of their prime, but I mean, Man, I mean, they still look good. Zeke
Yeah.
looks good to me. I mean, obviously, Zeke has been on a decline since
Probably
damn
like
near
2019.
like 20, even like 2017, 18. Like, it's been a slow decline, and then it kind of just got, a little bit worse and worse. But I still believe in Zeke. I've always loved Zeke.
And surprisingly, he did pretty well last year for the Patriots.
Yeah, he did. So, and on top of that, he didn't have that many attempts either. If you really look, I remember I was looking at it a little bit earlier today. I want to say that he was like, I think he rushed for about 700 yards on the season. And at that, he only had like, what was it? 184 attempts, which is a solid amount, but that's not a crazy amount, to still have like 700 yards.
Yeah.
So, I mean, Zeke is still solid. He's still a good, 3rd and 1, 4th and 1 back,
he can still give you
goal line
production.
back.
Yeah.
But Dalvin Cook, I mean, I like it.
Yeah.
I don't think it'll hurt us to add another strong runner to our roster. Hopefully he's just able to perform.
Yeah.
That's all I can really say. I mean,
I kind of got mixed feelings about our running back room because, first of all, I was pissed that they didn't draft a running back. Like they could, I wanted to draft. I think his name is Braylon Johnson from Wisconsin. And either him or Jonathan Brooks. Yeah.
He was real solid.
Yeah. So, them or, anybody else. But
there was a decent amount of backs to draft. But there was a bunch of backs that hit free agency or that we could have traded for too.
But apparently we didn't have enough. I mean, a trade would have been a good idea too, but apparently we didn't have enough cap space. So knowing that we still had to sign CD and, Dak issues, whatever. So.
But so at that, I want to say, like, I was thinking earlier today that, we could have had Derrick Henry, but I feel like what we got right now is arguably a better situation than us paying Derrick Henry. What do you think about that?
You're right, because of the money.
It's
because
the
of
money.
the money,
And I don't think he's worth all that money.
Yeah, like compared to what we have to pay, because we had to pay CD, which we just did. Yeah. And then we still got to pay Micah next year. Yeah. We don't know what we're doing with Dak yet. So, yeah, you're right. You're definitely right.
To pay, so.
Yeah. And then Deron Bland being out 6 to 8 weeks. I mean, that hurts definitely because, he was going off last year, breaking records.
Yep.
But I feel like we said, depth on defense. I think we're going to be solid. We can hold it down until he gets back.
We have a rookie that I'm blanking on his name right now. Either way, like you said, we have depth.
Yeah.
And I mean, Diggs is back.
Yeah.
So, hopefully they can hold it down. I mean, we do have some tough wide receivers. We have some, like week 1, we're going against, Amari Cooper.
Yeah.
They got Jerry Jeudy now.
Yeah.
And Joe. So, like, we're going to have some tough, wide receiver cores we're playing in the first couple weeks.
Yeah. Even the Saints, because the Saints, we week 2, right?
Yep.
Yeah, even their wide receiving core, they got
some guys.
Yeah. Olave, Rashid Shaheed, one other guy. Yeah.
And then so, obviously it'd be better with Bland in there, but I think we can get if we were able to do it without Diggs, I think we can do it without Bland. I mean, we did have Gilmore last year, but I think we'll be fine.
Yeah. We should be straight. Week 1. Cowboys versus Browns, 3:25 p.m. Central Time on Fox with Tom Brady announcing in the booth. Now, that's going to be a big game because we all know most eyes are going to be on that game. Tom Brady is involved. Cowboys, that's always a big name. People are going to be tuning in to see that. Deshaun Watson is back from injury. Amari Cooper, he might continue playing well. And like we mentioned, the defense is going to have their hands full with Amari Cooper because he is one of the best route runners in the league.
Oh, yeah.
So.
Still is.
Mm-hmm. And then we also got to worry about Myles Garrett coming off the edge because what's his name? I think the person, the tackle that would be going against him is Guyton.
I believe so.
Either Guyton or Terrence Steele. But whoever it is, whatever side that Myles Garrett plays on, they're gonna have their hands full.
Yeah, it's gonna be tough either way.
Yeah. So what you think about that? About the matchup in general, the matchup, and then who you think will win, and why do you think they'll win?
I mean, I'm gonna say it's gonna be a tough matchup, especially being week 1. I don't know how the Browns did in preseason. I don't know if their starters did get any reps in. I know we didn't, so I'm praying we don't come in rusty.
True.
But I mean, Deshaun, he's kind of had a decline, obviously, over the year. I mean, he's had injuries. He's had a bunch of stuff, going on with him. So I think we have the better quarterback. I think we have the better receiving core, even though they do have Amari Cooper. They do have Jerry Jeudy and Njoku. Shit, and if our run defense is anything, in the preseason, our run defense looked good.
Mm-hmm.
We have Mike Zimmer, who's a different D coordinator. So hopefully he's able to deal with the run better. But if our run defense is anything like it was last year, then, we're going to have a tough time with that.
Yeah, you're right. And then whenever Deshaun Watson has played in the past, his Browns career has been a failure so far.
I would say so.
So, if our defense is able to, get some picks off of them or, Micah Parsons, Jamarvion Overshown, any of those linebackers,
they're going to get to him for sure.
I mean, we could make it hell for him. So we'll see.
I think our defense can definitely give their offense a tough time.
Yeah.
So our offense against their defense that's going to be tough just because, I mean, Myles Garrett is Myles Garrett,
Yeah.
And I mean, they have a good defense and it is week one. I don't know. I'm curious to see how things go with the Cowboys offense.
Yeah.
I'm curious to see how our run game does against, their D-line.
Yeah.
It's just a lot of like uncertain. This year's a little different for the Cowboys.
Yeah.
We have a different squad.
I feel you. Yeah. Because last year, there would be some games where we would, put up a 40-burger,
Yeah.
But those were against the cookie-cutter teams. Throughout last year, there were some games where, hey, you needed to score 20, 24 points, and you couldn't. The defense had to bail you out. So
I do think we can win that for sure.
Same. I got us winning.
I think our defense outshines theirs a bit, and I think our offense outshines theirs. I mean, they got Myles Garrett. We got Micah Parsons.
Yeah, true.
They got Coop. We got CeeDee Lamb.
Yeah.
Well, we'll see.
Let's get it. Week one, that's gonna be a fun game. Yes, sir.
Already.
Before we play our game on Sunday, the opening kickoff, the kickoff game, that Thursday night, is gonna be Chiefs versus Ravens, AFC Championship rematch. So who you think gonna win that game?
I'm gonna say the Ravens. I could see the Chiefs starting out slow. I could see Worthy being, a little, like he's a rookie.
Yeah.
I could see him coming in a bit slow. I could see. I'm curious to see how Kelsey plays this year because last year he wasn't all that. Like he's always he wasn't as good as he's always looked. So I mean, the Chiefs are the Chiefs, and their wide receiver core is a little bit better. They got Worthy. They got Rashee Rice.
Yeah.
I know they got Juju back. I think they got Juju in Hollywood, and they signed Justin Ross. Like they have some guys at receiver, But the Ravens are a pretty stacked team, man. They got Derrick Henry now.
Yup.
And they got Lamar. They got Zay Flowers. They have who else they have at receiver?
Zay Flowers.
They got Mark Andrews.
Mark Andrews, he's gonna be back. Who else? I'm forgetting their other receivers. But even on the defensive side too, Roquan Smith.
Yep.
They got some other playmakers. I'm forgetting their name right now, but they like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I agree with you. I got them winning too.
But I still have the Chiefs in the Super Bowl.
Yeah, probably.
If we're gonna go that far,
they got a history of turning it on, just like that.
When it matters,
Because last year, like you said, they were subpar all throughout the season, leading the league in drops, and then all of a sudden they in the Super Bowl. So, but I agree with you though because the Chiefs kind of do have a record of starting slow to begin the season. Last year they started off 0-1 against the Lions.
That's right.
Yeah,
that was Thursday night too, wasn't it?
Thursday night, I believe. Yeah, that first game back. Yeah. Now we talking fantasy football. Y'all know I'm 2 years removed from winning my fantasy football championship. I was parading my little trophy around here all the time. And last year I went from first to worst, unfortunately. So I'm looking to bounce back this year. So this year, CJ Stroud at quarterback, Devontae Adams at receiver, Terry McLaurin also at receiver, My running backs are Derrick Henry and Aaron Jones. I got George Kittle as my tight end. James Conner at one of my flex position, but he can be interchangeable. Starting kicker, Brandon Aubrey.
There you go.
Starting defense, Dallas Cowboys. My backups are Rico Dowdle, Jordan Whittington, the Texas product, Rams receiver. Aaron Rodgers, Rashid Shaheed, Brandon Cooks. But what you think of my team?
Man, I think so how many people are in your league?
12.
12?
Yeah,
Okay. You got some big names on there for sure.
Yeah.
So Stroud, I like Stroud. Man, he has unlimited weapons this year.
Yeah.
Devontae Adams that's Devontae Adams.
Yeah.
But the only thing about that one that was iffy to me was just the fact that he has Gardner Minshew throwing.
Exactly.
Terry McLaurin, I like that.
Yeah.
I love, man, Scary Terry. I'll
Yes,
give
sir.
him his props always.
Yeah.
He's like, a lot of people say he's one of the most underrated receivers.
He is.
And on top of that, with that offense, he has Jaden Daniels now.
Yeah.
Derrick Henry, why? Can I ask you why?
In that new offense that he's in, the Ravens, I think that he's gonna go off too.
Man,
So,
that's a bold
Yeah.
pick. Aaron Jones, I think it'll be good. I mean, Vikings, they're on their backup quarterback, which always screams run game.
Yeah.
Kittle, I mean, there's just
Samuel.
there's a lot of options on there,
Yeah.
but Kittle's, I think that's a good pick at tight end.
Okay.
And I like James Conner a lot.
Okay.
I like that one. I have James Conner in one of my leagues too.
Okay,
I
okay.
think I do. And then Aubrey and Cowboys defense, I love that.
Yeah,
Because man,
yeah.
last year they were carrying me.
Yeah.
And then your bench is pretty good. I mean,
Okay. Rico probably gonna take
So it's
most
not
of
a
the
bad pick.
snaps. Yeah. But
not a bad
it definitely is gonna be running back by committee now.
Whittington, I mean, what is that? That's that Longhorn bias or what?
That, and I saw how he did in the preseason.
He could be number 3 though.
Yeah.
Easily.
Yeah. And then Cooper Kupp, sometimes he gets injured.
Yep.
Remember how he got injured last year, and then Puka, that was the rise of Puka
Took
Nacua.
over, yep.
Yeah, so that could happen with Jordan Whittington maybe.
Aaron Rodgers, I would have took him too. I mean,
I just needed him, for like during my bye week, was CJ Stroud not
for
playing?
sure.
Okay.
and like to me, I don't even think the QB is like the biggest deal in fantasy.
Yeah.
But and then Rashid Shaheed, Brandon Cooks, Chandler. I don't know too much about Chandler, but I know Brandon Cooks and Shaheed, those are gonna be some solid.
Yeah.
They might do something, they might not. I mean, but as backup,
Yeah.
as depth, I mean, it's
And then
solid.
I could just switch them at that flex position too from time to time.
For sure, yeah. Let's see. So on this one, it's a 10-person league.
Okay.
My QB's Jared Goff.
I still like that though because he got Amon-Ra St. Brown.
Yeah.
He got Sam Laporta.
So my running backs are Kyron Williams and Joe Mixon. What do you
Okay.
think of that?
I like Joe Mixon. I don't know about Kyron Williams.
Yeah, so he's with the Rams. He was going off last year.
Okay.
So my receivers are Jamar Chase, Chris Olave, and Michael Pittman.
I like all of those. Yeah. I mean, Jamar Chase, we don't even got to talk about that.
Yeah.
He verified for real. Olave, I like him too because he's always either the first or second option for whoever the Saints quarterback is.
And Michael Pittman.
What's his name is back for the Colts?
Anthony Richardson.
Anthony Richardson.
Which is
So,
really a big reason of why I took that.
Yeah.
I have Trey McBride as my tight end. He should be a solid weapon. I have DeAndre Swift. He's with the Bears now. He did real good with the Eagles last year.
I like that.
Jake Moody as my kicker in 49ers defense. Sometimes I'll think real in depth and I'll be like, okay, I want a kicker that's going to get more field goals than touchdowns. Like,
Yeah.
because then it's like the Niners, they might just score a bunch of touchdowns. My bench is Zach Moss with the Bengals. I'm not, I think he might be all right. Mitchell, A.D. Mitchell from the Colts.
I like it.
And then Jordan Addison from the Vikings. He was hurt, but he's also suspended right now.
Oh damn.
I didn't know that when I drafted him.
Damn.
But it's a couple games. But I mean, so I picked up Dalvin Cook today though. I picked him up off like because he was just a free agent.
Yeah.
So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna just jump at it and pick up Dalvin Cook.
Might as well.
So we'll see. I mean, like I said, these are all just bench players, depth reasons. So we'll see how that goes. But I mean, I'm pretty confident in my starters.
Mm-hmm.
I like my wide receiver core the most. So, and then in my other league, I like this one because in this league, I feel like I was with a bunch of guys that I feel like they didn't know what they were doing. So I was getting a little lucky with some of these picks.
All right.
I got Jordan Love as my quarterback. I got Kyron Williams again. I got Jahmyr Gibbs, which I really like. Damn, I got Chris Olave again. Garrett Wilson. Jake Ferguson. No, I love Jake Ferguson.
Yeah. I wanted to draft him, but somebody snatched him up before I could in my league. So
I got Alvin Kamara. I mean, it's a solid flex option. And then I have Fairbairn, the Houston's kicker, and then I got the Jets defense.
Okay.
And on the bench, I have Devin Singletary with the Giants. I got Keon Coleman with the Bills. I got Tank Dell, Romeo Dobbs, George Pickens, and Cole Kmet.
Okay, yeah. I like that. I like that. Nah, for real. Like, shoot. And you couldn't even put a lot of those bench players on the. Yeah, exactly. So, yeah, bro. Hey, good luck to you when it comes to fantasy this year, man.
Yeah, you too, bro, for sure.
Appreciate it. Thank y'all for watching this episode of the Banganator podcast, the first episode of season 3. Please like and subscribe on YouTube. Follow me at the Banganator podcast on Instagram and Banganator_pod_4 on the Twitter X. Cam, thank you so much for coming on and talking football with me. You hella knowledgeable, bro. Like you definitely know what you're talking about.
You too,
appreciate it, man.
Yeah, hey, it was a pleasure. It was real fun. I mean, hey, next time let's do this over a beer and just do it at the bar or something.
Oh yeah, for sure, bro. Yeah.
I appreciate you having me, man. It was a lot of fun.
Hey, no problem.
I love talking sports.
No problem. And I mean, y'all see me looking fly, with this Team USA jacket, what the Olympians was wearing. Hey, shout out to all them Olympians that brought home gold, basketball, swimming, track, whatever. Cowboys, week 1, Browns versus Cowboys. It's gonna be a good game. Football season is here. Let's go. Hey, say it with me. How about them Cowboys?
Welcome to the Banganator podcast, brought to you by Esli Banga, diehard fan of the Dallas Cowboys since 1997. How about them Cowboys?